Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Glam Cam. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment as well on anything that you want to touch bases on. But this is a very tragic, sad story of Nyla Simmons. Nyla Simmons lost her life April 26, 2025, this past Saturday. She was on her way to a prom send-off, and she was in a red Escalade truck with some friends. And around 11:20 p.m., she decided to get on top of the truck and dance. As the truck was turning, making a left, they said, very fast, Nyla fell off the vehicle. When she fell off the vehicle, emergency fire truck had their lights on, and they ran Nyla over. They did not see Nyla. So Nyla lost her life in a very tragic way. This is a very, very sad story. So I had to just cover this because summertime is approaching. And we know anyone under the age of 25 and under is tender ages to me personally, because they somewhat think of, with sometimes lack of common sense. But also, we always know with prom that it need to be boundaries and rules set for the night, because we always know that proms, they always give off vibes that it's a lot of young people outdoors. It can sometimes involve substances, and I'm not saying that's the case for this situation, but it's very, very tragic. And I believe personally that the parents should have just let them know no horse playing, no wildness. And see, this vehicle wasn't just parked in the parking space where the engine is cut off and they're outside of the vehicle, the keys are outside of the vehicle, completely off. And she's just dancing on top of the truck. They was actually at a stoplight, and the car is still running in motion in drive when she got out and jumped on top of the truck and danced. And whoever was this driver decided to still drive. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it on that point of view of this driver still decided to drive knowing Nyla's on top of that vehicle. And that don't set right with me. And this type of stuff cannot go on. The summer is approaching, and for many years to come, we cannot let this go on. I also remember a situation from leaving like a night club, or I would say night bar or something like that sort. Even though these are children, they weren't this in their situation. But I remember some young ladies dancing in front of a vehicle that was at the light. Though they knew the people that was driving, but it's the whole point that that person was right in front of that whole vehicle. And we don't know who's behind that wheel or what if their foot just slipped off the brake. It's just many little things. You just cannot put yourself in these type of risks. And this type of stuff need to be discussed with our youth and with our young people out there. They have a lot of trends, a lot of TikTok dances, all that type of stuff. And they like to dance, but we cannot do it this way. This is not the way it needs to be done. Let's get into this news clip of what the parents had to say. It's very sad.
Doing just that last night when she lost her life. Now her parents are asking people to learn from her mistakes and be safe while having fun. It was around 11:20 p.m. Saturday night when a night of fun took a tragic turn. Police say an Escalade stopped at a red light. Once the truck took the left turn, 18-year-old Nyla Simmons, who was dancing on top of the car, fell off. Moments later, she was hit by a fire truck that was responding to a call. Nyla Simmons' parents at a loss for words, trying to describe what happened to their daughter less than 24 hours ago.
And it's a lot of people gonna miss her, but we ain't gonna never be the same.
I'm still in shock right now.
They say Nyla was attending a friend's prom send-off prior to the accident.
We just wanted the best for Nyla. The incident, it's just tragic the way she died, but that's what hurt the most, the way she died. But Nyla was out having fun. That's what she liked, having fun, hanging with her friends.
Nyla was the youngest of 5. She graduated from Parkway North High School last year and was set to start cosmetology school at Grabber School of Hair Design on Monday.
I'm highly distraught that I don't get to see what she was going to become.
Her parents say they don't blame her friends. They were just teens being teens, saying no one could have ever guessed that the night would end up with Nyla losing her life.
But we all been young before.
Yeah.
We all done did some type of things where it could have ended up bad for us.
The parents wanting everyone to learn from Nyla's mistakes, hoping this incident can stop another teen from doing the same.
And we want all her people and her friends to like take this and like learn from it. Like,
Don't get on top of a car, y'all.
Remembering Nyla Simmons as their youngest baby who lit up every room she went into.
Nyla was going to be an entrepreneur. Nyla was going to be great in this world, and it's tragic that she's not here.
Although police say the investigation is still ongoing, everyone involved did stay at the scene and cooperated with police. We will keep you updated on any further information we receive.
And I somewhat agree with the parents saying, teens gonna do things, and that's true. Teens are gonna do things, and teens possibly also had, situations where it was something very close to losing their life at times, getting themselves in situations, and some things they have not talked about to their parents about it. We all are human. The end of the day, I know hearing the parents say they don't blame the friends, I think they need to just look a little closer into that and definitely have them investigate a little more into that. Because though they viewed those people as Nyla friends, it just seemed like they were more focused on their daughter, just, always enjoying herself. They knew she liked to party and dance and like to be social. And these are things the parents are saying. And I know that's probably enlightening them when they see that, like, oh, my daughter, she's got a lot of friends, a lot of people like her. But see, they're not looking very closely into it. That are those really her friends? Do they really like her? If someone you like and you care about and if they're going to try to do something like that, it's a few things. Kind of no matter the age, because we all watch movies. We all was kids once and young, and we all notice that if it's friends about to put themselves in a situation, we can say, no, don't do that. That ain't smart to do. Or if that friend happened to do that, if you carrying love for your friend and they happen to get on top of a car and truck doing that, you're going to know you're not finna hit that gas pedal at all. You're not going to make a move. You're just going to be like, get down, girl. We about to take off. Should nothing cross your mind to be like, let me pull off in this vehicle and this lady is driving. She's not gripped and taped on the truck. I ain't saying this lady is driving, meant to say that this lady is dancing on this truck and you want to take off. It's not like she's gripped on the truck. She's just dancing loosely on the truck. So her body just fell off into the road. It happened to fall off into the road in a state of shock. She's on the ground trying to get herself up, possibly hurt. Escalade trucks are quite high. They're tall. And then it's a fire truck. Emergency lights on. A fire truck zooming, flying, and hit this girl in the most tragic way. That is so sad right there. So now it's like the city of St. Louis, the friends. Nyla didn't even have a chance of survival. How she got slung off that vehicle, and then that fire truck just happened to just have this little young lady lose her life. And it's very sad. And this is something that's going, the parents ain't going to never be right from this. This affects us all. And the parents ain't going to never be right, but it's definitely going to live with those friends, supposedly friends, forever. Especially the driver. I don't know who was in the passenger. I don't know if Nyla got out the passenger seat and got in front. Who knows? Or from the back doors and got up front on the top of that vehicle. But that's the type of stuff I would like to get answers to. And as the public, as the caring public, we would like to know these type of things. How did that happen? How that whole night just played out? Because it just don't sound right. And just to hear the parents to just kind of say, you know, well, we don't blame the friends. No. I look at it as the friends need to be looked at right now. Because you didn't have to drive off. You could have just had some type of, that's the moment as a friend, have some type of authority and be like, Nyla, get down. Get off the truck. We about to leave. That's all it takes. Because people get excited. I'm sure they got the music bumping up loud. You hear the parents, oh, we just let the kids have fun. But though they're 18, they legal graduate. But sometimes if they're still under your roof, or, you know, I look at them still as kids, talk to them. Let them know to be safe so they can have a long-lived life. Don't just be like, oh, she's having fun. She's popular and social. She's just out with her friends. Her friends love her. They all love her. No. That don't be the case all the time. It can be some jealous, hateful friends out there too. And we all done ran into some of those. We all done ran into some jealous, hateful friends that have possibly took us out or let somebody take us out that we have to separate ourselves from. We survive, we still here. But that don't be the case with all these situations. How these young people got weapons and how they're doing stuff like this, setups and stuff. To me, this is like a setup. They know Nyla like to dance. They know she like to turn up. How often she get on top of vehicles, we don't know. But this was the time that they were turned up because it's prom. And she got on top of that truck. And she was dancing. And they thought it was okay to drive off and hit that left. I'm sure the driver was a teen as well. I'm sure. Because they didn't speak on that. You know? It's like so many people nowadays and parents, they're so okay with, oh, the kids are this, that. We need the strictness back. We need the strictness back. This is a tragic loss. I think this young lady deserved to be in this world, still here with us. I think it was preventable. I can't just blame the parents. I'm looking into the friends as well. The fire truck people, they were just doing their job, responding to an emergency. They didn't see that baby girl on that ground because that happened so fast. She flew off the truck. She's landed on the ground. She's a really petite lady. This is a big old fire truck. They're going fast. They're basically looking for walking pedestrians in vehicles. He happened not to see. And you'll think that a fire truck will happen to see a human laid out, you know, because that's what we call them for, emergencies. So you have been happy to think they would have seen her laid out, but it was nighttime as well. So that's another thing. So this whole story is just bone chilling. It's really sad. And just let you know that freak accidents can really happen if you think you could just quickly do something fun, horseplay around a little bit, think it's going to be a little cake, and just turn to a disaster that fast. This is an example that we need to give to the young people. And I think if you have young teens or you love your young teens that you know of, and you know they like to get in their cars and go have a good time, but like, don't dance on the cars, don't dance in front of cars. That's simple. Just tell them that and be like, somebody just lost their life from there. Just don't take the chance. Bam, you can just keep it as simple as that. You ain't got to go into no far lecture. Just let them know, because then, you know, you could just have it in the back of your mind. Like, at least I talked to them young folks about that, you know. Because that's all these young people need, some talking to sometime. We can't just rely on these computers, YouTube. We love YouTube. Everything's resourceful, but ain't nothing like hearing it from the source, from someone you love and care about. Definitely. Always. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this. You can follow up more on any of the local news channels about this story. Condolences to the parents and family and all her loved ones. This video was not to just attack the parents. I just want the parents to get more aggressive in letting these children know some rules about things so they can be safe and so they can have a long, pro-lived life. And recipes to Nyla Simmons. And make sure you guys click like and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.